How to set up leads is the topic for this video. So now we are here in the sales workspace, and we have the leads window open. And now if we want to manage the lead pipeline or the leads form, we can select here actions and open settings. Or we can go to the settings and then scroll down here to objects and select leads. The leads window was opened because I visited this page before I came here again. So the manage lead properties allows you to create custom properties for leads. There are certain number of default properties, but you can create additional properties here. You select the object type and then select a group. If there is a group already, yes, lead information or lead stage properties, and then description. We go back and one more. Oh, now we went back to the lead window, so open settings again. So here you can set the lead ownership. So sync lead owner with contact or company owner. So the lead, contact, and company, they are separate objects, but you can sync the lead owner same as the contact or company owner. Then you can also select sync lead activities with lead owner. And this would then mean that if you select this, only lead owner activities will be synced from the associated contact or company to the lead. So anyone else who is communicating with the contact or the company, those activities will not be synced to the lead, only the lead owner. Here you can customize the create lead form. So when you are creating a lead manually, you can then select which field must be filled. So the lead name is mandatory. You can also add more properties here. For example, disqualification reason would be one. And you can also select here that if the pipeline, oh, this can't be removed. Okay. All right. So this way you can then save and close, or in our case, we just go back. You can also add conditional logic to the lead form so that the users will see certain properties depending on the value of another property. This is a more advanced feature, so we don't dive into that now. So let's go back, leave without saving in this case. Okay, so this is how we set up the lead form, the lead ownership, and the lead properties. Let's move on to the pipeline. So leads have their own pipeline, same as deals and tickets. The leads pipeline is a little bit different in a way that it has certain fixed stages: not started, in progress, qualified, disqualified. These you cannot change. However, you can give the stage a new name. For example, it could be like here, new marketing qualified lead, uh, for example, or whatever name you want to give. Then you could also add a new stage under the not started category. Then you move on to in progress, attempting, connected. And here The same thing applies. You can rename the stage, or you can add another stage. And then in qualified stage, you can also rename it. And then here you can select whether or not a deal will be created automatically. So if the sales rep qualifies the lead, then you can set here that HubSpot will create a deal automatically. Now I take my word back. So the user must create a deal. So when they qualify. And then finally disqualified. So if the lead is not a good fit, it could be disqualified. And then, for example, here you could modify the properties. For example, you would require a lead disqualification note here. And adding a stage, this could be, for example, unqualified, meaning that this lead will never buy from us. And this way you can modify the pipeline, but like I said, the 4 stages, main stages are here, and these you cannot change. Automation, you can here select these switches. For example, if the disqualification reason is selected, then we are kind of like re-attempting to connect with the lead later on. Here you can select if the HubSpot is allowed to move the lead automatically from one stage to another. For example, when you are attempting to call, send an email, or another type of connection approach, then HubSpot will automatically set the stage to attempting. And same thing when the lead replies to an email, or you log a call as connected, or a meeting is booked and logged as completed, then HubSpot will automatically change the lead stage to connected. And here you can then add workflows to every stage of the lead pipeline. This works exactly the same as deal pipelines and ticket pipelines, that you can add activities. If I start from the bottom, because I have integrated Google Sheets with HubSpot, I can add tasks to create a Google Sheet row or update data in a Google Sheet. Little Help Connect is related to the line messaging, so you could create tasks to send line messages or notification messages. Slack is also connected, so we could send a Slack notification. And then HubSpot activities, data operations. These are not available because I'm not using the Operations Hub Professional. CRM, these activities are all available, so you can create an internal note. You can create a record, like a new contact, new company, new deal in your CRM. Create a task for yourself or for your colleagues. Edit record, so change the value of the record, and then increase or decrease property value if it's a number property, and then rotate record to owner. Assign which team member should be the owner. Communications, so you can send an email to the lead, or you can send in-app notification to your team members, or an internal email notification to your team members. And here the recommended ones are: send an email to the lead automatically, and then create a task for yourself or for your colleagues. And here are these useful activities, a delay. So if you are sending 2 emails, you want to put a delay between, or if you want to have if then kind of branches, you can do it here, and other things you can do here. So every stage of the lead pipeline can be automated, and this makes it easy for salespeople to get their administrative duties done, and HubSpot will be able to create the tasks and remind the sales rep to complete these tasks. And then finally, lead tags. There are no tags, so I'll click on the manage lead tags, and I can create 40 tags with the Sales Hub Professional software. You cannot create tags with Starter Customer Platform or Sales Hub Starter. And here you decide what is the purpose of the tag, give it a name, description, color, and then does it apply to all pipelines or specific pipelines. If it applies to specific pipelines, then you select the pipelines that you have, but we have only one lead pipeline, so all pipelines. Color, you have several options here. So this is really up to your imaginations how to use these tags. All right, that's all about how to set up and manage leads and leads pipelines. And I think the most powerful feature is really the automation of the lead pipeline. HubSpot can do many things automatically and save the time the sales rep would have to do if there was no automation available. So automation saves the time it takes to get your repetitive tasks done, and also get some of the administrative duties done without lifting a finger, so to speak. Okay.